back to another video. Welcome to another The History of the NBA Teams. Today we have the Orlando Magic by Sarah Gilbert. Alright. Orlando, Florida was named in honor of Orlando Reeves, a soldier who was killed during the Seminole Wars of the 1850s. The community's warm weather and proximity to some of the world's most popular and beautiful beaches have made it one of the most popular vacation destinations in the United States. Perhaps Orlando's biggest attraction is the Walt Disney World amusement complex. Millions of visitors make their way to the theme parks, including Epcot Center and the Magic Kingdom. Orlando is also home to another kind of magic, the Orlando Magic basketball team, which has been entertaining fans since joining the NBA in 1989. Orlando's first roster was built primarily through an expansion draft that provided the Magic with guard Reggie Theus, forward Terry Catledge, and point guard Scott Skiles. The team also selected versatile University of Illinois swingman Nick Anderson in the 1989 NBA draft. The Magic went 7-7 in their first month, but the rest of the season was a struggle, and the team finished 18-64. In 1990, Orlando drafted Georgia Tech forward Dennis Scott, who provided a much-needed offensive boost. Orlando also received inspired play from Scrappy Skiles, who set an NBA record during a 1990 game with 30 assists. Beyond these players, the Magic improved to a 31-51, although injuries led to a 21-61 drop-off the next season. The Magic's poor record put them in position to make a move that would change the future of the franchise. In 1992, the Magic had the top overall pick in the NBA draft. With it, the team selected 7'1" and 300-pound Louisiana State center Shaquille O'Neal, whose rare combination of size and strength had scouts predicting an instant stardom. In his first year, O'Neal averaged 23 points, 13 rebounds, and almost 4 blocks a game, and was voted NBA Rookie of the Year. The young giant also led the Magic to an improved 41-41 mark. Then, with the first pick of the 1993 NBA draft, Orlando chose forward Chris Webber and traded his rights to the Golden State Warriors for the rights to Memphis State University Anthony Penny Hardaway, and 3 first-round picks. At 6'7", Hardaway was taller than most point guards, yet he had the quickness and ball-handling ability to easily drive to the basket. With Hardaway and O'Neal, the Magic suddenly had one of the league's most potent duos. I'm glad I'm getting out of this game soon," said Los Angeles Lakers forward James Worthy. "I don't want to be around when those two grow up." When Michael Jordan unexpectedly retired in 1993 after leading the Chicago Bulls to 3 consecutive NBA championships, the Eastern Conference was suddenly wide open, and the Magic were ready to take their shot. In 1993, Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway led the Orlando Magic to a 50-32 record. Although the Magic were swept in the playoffs by the Indiana Pacers, notice had been served that Orlando was a team on the rise. One of the biggest reasons for the Magic's quick postseason knockout was the lack of strong forward. Before the start of the next season, the Orlando Magic added 6'10" forward Horace Grant, who had won 3 NBA titles with the the Bulls. They loaded the 1994 Magic, finished with a conference best 57-25 mark. In the playoffs, they powered past the Bulls and all the way to the NBA Finals, where they faced the defending champion Houston Rockets. O'Neal and Hardaway each scored 26 points in Game 1, but the Rockets pulled out an impressive 120-118 overtime victory. The loss seemed to deflate the Magic, who lost the next 3 games and the series. "It's a hard loss to take," O'Neal said after the series. "I thought this was our year." The Magic returned with vengeance in 1995, determined to prove that their march to the finals was no fluke. Orlando started 17-5, driven largely by the long-range gunning of Dennis Scott, who set an NBA record with 267 three-pointers during the season. Orlando finished 60-22 and met the Chicago Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. But Michael Jordan had returned to Chicago, and his Bulls swept Orlando in 4 games. Orlando fans were left stunned when O'Neal departed in the offseason to chase more money and stardom with the Los Angeles Lakers and Kobe Bryant. The team's fate now rested squarely on Hardaway's shoulders. "It's Penny's team now," said Horace Grant, "and we will go as far as he takes us." Orlando acquired veteran center Ronnie Seekley to help replace O'Neal, but after a knee injury sidelined Hardaway, the team stumbled With Orlando at 24 and 25, Coach Brian Hill was fired and replaced by assistant Richie Abato. The team went 21 and 12 the rest of the season and made the playoffs again. In the first round, the Miami Heat easily beat the Magic in the first two games. A returned Hardaway then fired back, pouring in 42 and 41 points to lead his team to victory in the next two games. In Game 5, however, the Heat held on for a 91-83 victory. Before the start of the next season, Chuck Daly was named Orlando's new coach. Injuries to Hardaway and Anderson crippled the team in 1997, yet forwards Derek Strong and Charles Bo Outlaw and guard Darrell Armstrong still led the Magic to a respectable 41 and 41 mark. "I'm very proud of these guys," said Coach Daly. "They could have quit when Nick and Penny were hurt, but they gave me all they had." Daly's second season as Orlando's coach was shortened to 50 games due to a dispute between NBA players and their owners. After the season finally started, the Magic bolted to a 33 and 17 record and then faced the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs. The team split the first two games, but star guard Allen Iverson led the Sixers to a convincing series victory. "It's a big disappointment," Nick Anderson said. "I thought we were a better team than this." After the season, Daly retired and Hardaway asked to be traded. In 1999, the Magic hired former NBA guard and television analyst Glenn Doc Rivers as their new coach. Rivers' low-key style proved to be the perfect tonic for the young Magic. Predicted by many experts to finish near the bottom of their division, the Magic overachieved on almost every level during the 1999-2000 season. Armstrong, Outlaw, and center John Almachi emerged as leaders on the team that finished with a 41 and 41 record, and Rivers was named Coach of the Year. In 2000, the Magic made a major headline signing both superstar forward Grant Hill and the explosive swingman Tracy McGrady. "Last year, we built a nucleus of guys that worked hard every day and night to do the little things," explained Coach Rivers. "Now, with the addition of Hill and McGrady, we have the weapons necessary to win the big games." Although an injured Hill played only 4 games, Rivers guided his young team to a 43 and 39 record in 2000-2001. With McGrady averaging more than 26 points and 7 rebounds a game, the Magic made it to the playoffs for the 6th time in 8 years. Magic fans were left deflated, as their team was quickly eliminated by the Milwaukee Bucks. McGrady became a true NBA superstar that next season, leading the team in scoring, rebounding, and minutes played, and finished 4th in the NBA's MVP voting. With the help of Grant, Armstrong, and forward Mike Miller, T-Mac led the team to a solid 44 and 38 record. Once again, the Magic were defeated in the first round of the playoffs, this time by the Charlotte Hornets. The Magic faced the same fate in 2002, despite a solid showing in the regular season that the team faltered in the playoffs. Orlando took a surprising 3-1 series lead over the top-seeded Detroit Pistons, before the Pistons fought back to win the series in 7 games. In 2003, the Magic lost 19 straight games on their way to a disappointing 21 and 61 record. Frustrated by the losing, Tracy McGrady asked to be traded. He was soon sent along with forward Juwan Howard to the Houston Rockets. The guard Steve Francis and Coach Doc Rivers was fired. The quick, confident Francis led the 2004-2005 Magic with more than 21 points a game, followed by Hill, who finally was in top form after a long series of injuries. Rookie Dwight Howard also blossomed into a standout, leading the team with 10 rebounds a game. Still, the Magic finished a 36 and 46 record and out of the playoff picture. With their top pick in the 2005 NBA draft, the Magic selected Fran Vazquez, a 6'10 forward from Spain, who they hoped would become their next star. The team also brought in as coach Brian Hill, who had led the Magic to 3 50-plus wins in the 1990s. He brings a great deal of energy to the post, said Magic team president Bob Vanderwee. Wide, the bottom of the line, the organization is excited to have him back, and it just feels right. For 15-plus years, the Orlando Magic have been the model for building a successful team from the ground up. Through the good times and bad, Orlando's fans have passionately supported the franchise. With a new roster of talented players rising up in Central Florida, opponents may need a bit of magic themselves to stop Orlando in the seasons ahead. So that is the end of the book. And like I do in the rest of the series, I'm going to talk about how they did in the next 15 years. So that one rookie guy they drafted, Fran Vazquez, never really did good. Dwight Howard, though. Dwight Howard became so good. They call him, like, he's the best center of the 2010s, for sure. So he blossomed into a very, very good player within 5 years and was being considered as one of the greatest centers of all time. But then they traded him to the Houston Rockets, like they did with Tracy McGrady. Or he might have signed with them or something like that. But yeah, that is... After that, the Magic didn't do very good. Right now, they got a squad of Aaron Gordon, Markelle Fultz, some other guys, Nikola Vucevic, Evan Fournier. But, yeah, so the Magic have been consistent at a respectable mark every season, a mediocre team. They make the playoffs every couple of years, but I think they do have a bright future ahead of them. They have a very young core of guys in Jonathan Isaac, and yeah, so that's the Magic now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll have more of these videos out soon. Peace.